Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's about 5:30 p.m. on this Monday night. Pretty light traffic on my soy here. They cut over from Ramaphore to Sukhumvit, and sometimes this is bumper to bumper, but no big deal today. It is the rainy season, so I have my little backpack. I know I'm a grown man walking around with a little backpack, but it's enough to carry a few big Ziploc bags to keep my things in it nice and dry, headphones, wallet, that kind of thing, plus an umbrella. Don't bother, in my opinion, bringing a heavy raincoat over here. It's just too hot. Even when it's pouring rain, it's 90 degrees. You can pick up these little plastic ponchos. They're folded up nice. Just buy them 2-3 at a time for 30 baht at 7-Eleven. Keep one of those in the backpack in case you get trapped. But yeah, this time of the year, I don't think it's going to rain tonight. It's like a 30% chance, so that's hit or miss. Tomorrow's a 90%. Usually when it rains, 4 or 5 in the afternoon until 8 p.m., it can rain all day. But if it's just going to rain for an hour or two, which is very common every day, it's going to be in the later afternoon, early evening. What I might consider, I used to have these pullover, nice vented pullover your shoes kind of boots. I guess they're for hunters. I used them carrying mail, and I'm not sure what they cost. They were included in my uniform allowance, but I gave all those away. I kind of wish I had a set of those over here, and they're impossible to find. Maybe they're here. All I've seen are those rubber boots. But those shoes I could probably tuck away in my backpack, and when I'm walking in certain areas, just getting my feet soaked is what stinks. I don't even really care about my shirt and shorts. That dries. But a set of Nikes or Vans, once they get soaked, you're done for the evening. And down there where you see cars coming around the corner, that's where I live. And that area, it goes underwater at least 12 inches when it really storms. So I have no choice but to suck it up and walk through there. I have in the past carried around like some shower shoes, but I don't always do that. If I'm heading home, I just plow through the water and suck it up, let the shoes dry, and I'm good to go for the next day. It's when I'm heading out that it's a big issue. Yeah, but come up with your own system. I've carried medium-sized backpacks, sling packs. I'm now down to this little tiny, whatever it is, backpack I got over here at Decathlon for 250 baht. I'm sure the zippers are gonna explode in no time, but I carry a nice fold-up umbrella, and if you're coming from abroad, just go ahead and get the best one you can. If it's a Samsonite, whatever it is, they have umbrellas on every street corner over here. They're those cheapy Chinese kind that maybe they'll last 10 times and then just fall apart. I'm on the same Samsonite. If I remember to bring it, I've probably bought 5 of the cheapies just being caught off guard, but this original Samsonite, it's still going strong year 2. I don't recommend going into a Samsonite store. I think I picked that up at Marshall's or Ross. I'm sure it was 10 bucks. I wish I would have bought 3 of them. If you are moving over from the US or someplace that has those Ziploc bags with a nice little lever on top, I wish I would have brought a gigantic container of whatever, 30 of those, as big as they get, the big, huge freezer bags. Those are perfect for me for keeping things dry. I mean, the backpack is going to get wet even if you put it under one of those little ponchos, but just having that waterproof Ziploc inside, toss everything in there from your phone, headphones, money, no problem, because you are going to get soaked over here at times. It's no question. And the bags they have over here, I got some large bags at IKEA, but they're those pinch type, and it's just a little more of a pain opening and closing that. I take it back. They did have some smaller, I guess they're whatever they are, 1 gallon or 5 gallon, I don't know, probably Chinese type bags. And opening and closing that little zipper, lever, whatever you want to call it, they just kind of fell apart the 5th time you did it. So bring some really top-of-the-line Ziplocs, and yeah, that will be something I would use every time. Also in that little go-to backpack or whatever I'm carrying every day. I'll keep some sunscreen. Yeah, you're going to want to smear that on more than just one time in the morning. It can get blazing hot. I usually keep a nice clean washcloth or small towel in there. It's nice to sit down on the train and wipe yourself off. A lot of people carry baby wipes or those kind of things. They're nice to also just give yourself a clean down. You're gonna sweat. Look at this. That car lives in my building. That Bentley, or the car stays in my building. Yeah, it's surprising for a little bit older building. I just for fun, I did a video on the cars parked in an average Bangkok condo, and there were more BMWs, Porsches, that one Bentley. There was I don't remember if it was a Ferrari or a Maserati. The thing with these condos is up here as we get closer to Sukhumvit are two newish buildings on the right. I forget what they're called, but they probably rent for 3 or 4 times more than what I'm paying. But my building, that's loud, my building was fairly nice, probably one of the higher end buildings back in the day, if that was 2004, I believe, when it was built. But unlike real estate in, say, California, a building over here from 2004 is just considered an older building. It's still nice, but it's more in the medium category. You need to be under 10 years to charge high-end dollars, and just the fanciest people want to live there. But that guy with the Bentley in my building, who knows, maybe he bought his condo brand new. It's still a fine building. It's a little older. So if somebody cracks a tile dragging a refrigerator off the elevator, that cracked tile is probably going to stay there for a while. And that's probably a bad example. If somebody really cracked a tile, I'm sure they'd replace that. But if somebody chipped the little edge of the tile, that we're going to live with in a 20-plus-year-old building. And there's Queen Bee, John's bar. Stick your head in there and say hello. He's usually sitting at the first table there by the doors to go into the air-conditioned restaurant. Really nice guy. A massage place right next door, and I still keep telling myself I need to try this place. It's called Fat Fingers. That little metal shed booth restaurant. It opened about 6 months ago, and it's on my list. Next to a dispensary, a little Thai chain, and another massage place on the corner. And that's all just across the street from, I don't know if I can see the sign here, the DoubleTree. Nice little property. I used the shortcut through the lobby to pop out at the back of the Hilton, their sister property over on Soi 24. I apologize if you've watched a bunch of my videos. I probably talked about that shortcut a million times, but it's just interesting when I make a video. I'll always get comments on, hey man, I just found out I found your channel, and on and on. So I try to repeat some of the valuable information. So I'm apologizing to those who have heard it over and over. And also across from the DoubleTree, if you're looking for a little bit more, let's just say, exciting massage, check out 26 Massage or the Paradise. Also next door, Don Quixote. Across from the street from that, the Dream Heaven Massage. Jacuzzi rooms in Nuru. It's about 5:30, so things are closing up, but Rung Rung Noodles, here's the one branch. I said Rung Rung Noodles, and some guy said, dude, what are you talking about? It's pronounced, and he spelled it like Town K something or another, so I'm not sure if he's thinking about the same place. But this is Rung Rung on the corner, and then they have a second location right next door, same location with a wall, however you want to look at it. And they've since opened a third. This is my favorite on the other side of the street, just because it's large. And the other two locations, sometimes you'd wait 10-15 minutes for a table. Even at the larger location, you're going to wait. At lunchtime, there'll be a string of office workers standing out front. It's a delicious bowl of pork noodle. Kind of the sweet spot is to go at 9, 10 in the morning or 2, 3 in the afternoon. I believe they close at 5. There's still some customers in there, but they probably sat down before 5. Here is one of those fancier buildings. I'm not even sure how old this is, the Noble Refined, but it is definitely a little bit more luxurious than, say, my building. There's just fancy gold and shiny marble tile and doormen saluting you everywhere. You get that in my building. It's just sometimes he throws you a salute as he's sitting down looking at his phone. That's cool with me. And that's the Estelle building. Another, I'll say, not rich option, but let's put it this way. I knew I wanted to live in this Prompong area, and I said, well, let's take a look at all the studio and 1 bedrooms. And my list came up, and the Estelle and Noble were nowhere to be seen. So I asked my condo realtor about that, and she said, well, that's about 3 times out of the price range you gave me. I can surely show you those, but you're going to pay $60,000 plus for a studio. I think that's what she said. Don't hold me to those prices, but it certainly wasn't 19,000 baht for a 52 meter like I got today. And plenty of motorbike traffic on the road. There are stands at the top of all these busy streets, including Soi 26. It's 10 baht halfway up the street, or 20 baht to the other end, which would be Rama 4. I normally just give them a 20 baht or 15 baht. No big deal to me. These guys are working pretty darn hard, and I can easily do the walk. But if it's just boiling hot or starting to rain, it's really nice to jump on that motorbike for 30 seconds as opposed to 5-6 minutes walking up the street. And I'm not going to be able to film too much of this Soi 24 and a half alley. Yeah, all the ladies are sitting out front. There must be 10 little massage places: Angel, Rose, Snow White. A lot of action on this little 24 and a half, but I don't think they appreciate people putting a camera in their face, so I'm personally not going to do it. And at the top here of 24 and a half, this is where you're going to find the taxi stand that runs down 26. And this is Sukhumvit. About 5:45. Here's one of the many tour buses. This looks like Indian tourists. Kind of the buses are part of these big tour packages, if they're Chinese, Indian, wherever they're from. And a little bit of motorbike action. Rush hour traffic. This guy's on his bike. But yeah, this little street on Soi 24 and a half, it's kind of a notorious little street for massage places. And not even 20 feet up the way, that is the right turn to my street, Soi 26. Hey, one other thing I keep in my little backpack here, I brought over 2 or 3 of those floppy hats. I think a couple of Adidas and a North Face, something like that. I wear those things all the time. I know you look a little goofy walking down the street with that floppy hat, but it is a lifesaver, and it really cools you down maybe 5 degrees compared to wearing a visor. I'm not a ball cap guy, but covering my ears as I get a little older in life, that's a bit of a concern. I just did the whole dermatology check and all, and yeah, I don't need to have them start carving my ears apart. I'll just keep some sunscreen and one of them floppy hats in my backpack. I also carried mail my whole life, and I always wore quality sunglasses. Maybe since I've switched into needing reading glasses, the vision's still okay, but I definitely need reading glasses. I just can't wear the sunglasses anymore. But if you're a sunglass person, yeah, certainly bring at least a couple of good pair over. Get them on sale in the US, UK, whichever. A good real pair of Ray-Bans, 25% more, and that's a guess over here. There's no Big Five in California putting those glasses off 40 and 50% here in Thailand. Plus, I don't feel as silly walking around with a backpack. I mean, you can look ahead. Every single person is carrying one. Let me look behind me. Well, these are ladies, but even the guy, it's kind of a big deal over here, these sling bags. And I have one. I have an Oakley one, but I just prefer the backpack, and the smaller backpack is a little less discreet, or a little more discreet. And I can also toss my groceries in there when you're not using a car. See, here's a guy, here's his backpack. when you're on foot power 99% of the time, it's just much easier. Toss it in the backpack and walk that 1 mile home than carrying a wet paper bag or any kind of bag really when it starts to rain. Again, that's when those big heavy duty Ziploc bags will come in handy. Put your bread in there and just walk through the rain, who cares? Yeah, made my way up to my neighborhood BTS, the Prompong. Just across the street, that is Soi 39. If you head down the way, that's the fancy marquee Sukhumvit. I think it's this beautiful building. Another building that's way out of my price tag. It's nice as it is to be a 2-minute walk to the BTS right on Sukhumvit and kind of the heart of Expat Central here in Bangkok. I know that's not important to everybody, but it's kind of important to me because this is the area I hang out in. I just got a call from a buddy. Hey, do you want to try this new Mexican restaurant? Well, it's a half mile from here. If I were personally living up in Bering or even Udom Suk, okay, yeah, I'll meet you there, but I have to go get on the train, go 8 stops and on and on. But living right next door to a BTS station in central Bangkok, 200 times more for your apartment, it's gonna be a lot more. I just walked a 5-6 minute walk, which to me is very reasonable, up here to the BTS, and I'm paying 19,000 baht for a 52 meter. A 52 meter in that marquee, if they even have them, there's probably more 28 meter apartments than anything, but a 52 meter in there, I would guess it's well over 100,000 baht. Yeah, and I get it. I drove a car every day of my life since I was 16 years old, and I did carry a backpack. Carrying mail just made my life a little simpler, but I couldn't tell you the last time I headed to meet friends dragging a backpack along. But here it's pretty much an everyday occurrence. It just makes your life simpler. There's another guy, there's his small backpack. Yeah, do what you want to do, but just walking around holding your umbrella and your phone in your back pocket, the umbrella's going to get lost half the time and the phone's going to get soaking wet often. We're coming up to Soi 24 on the left here. Major street here in the Prompong area and very popular. Here's the motor taxi stand at the top of the Soi. Don't ask these guys to do anything other than roar down this Soi. They'll take you, but if you were to ask one of these guys, hey, I want to go to Soi 4 in the Nana, he's going to throw out some weird figure. Yeah, okay, let's go, 100 baht. A ride that will probably be 38 baht on Bolt or Grab, but you're getting him out of his designated area. These guys, you just tell them you're building. If it's halfway down the Soi, it's 10 baht. If it's all the way towards the end, it's 20 baht. That fluctuates. The other day, the girlfriend Boone and I were heading up my Soi. It was 10 baht to go down to the big sea, and then it started to sprinkle, and everybody said 20 baht to go back. So you just pay it. I normally just throw down the 20. If I'm with another person, say Boone, I'll hand him a 20 and say, yeah, we need 2 bikes. This day, he said, yeah, 20's not enough. So maybe that was a rain surcharge, I'm not sure, but they definitely wanted a little extra on that drizzly night. Fine with me. 24 is a busy little street, but there's a lot to do down there. There's very nice hotels. The Hyatt Place, probably one of my favorite hotels. The Oakwood Service Apartments and Oakwood Residence. I think it's more a hotel. I don't know. There's 2 Oakwoods. Way down the way is a Marriott Service Apartments. Lots of restaurants. There's a really fun bar not far up Soi 24. I'm forgetting the name. Let me see if I can see the sign. Ooh, geez. Mutual Bar. There it is. It's just up on the 5th floor. It's almost a little speakeasy. It's not super cheap. I think they concentrate on IPAs. They had bottles of Corona that were maybe 220 or 240, and that's even for me, who what do you call it, is always saying I understand how things are more expensive in Bangkok. That's a lot of money for a bottle of beer, $2.40. You can find Corona a little bit cheaper in other bars, but compared to just different parts of Thailand, things just cost more in Bangkok. Rents are more. Interesting exhaust on that. So I understand it. If I want to save 60 baht on my beer, I can move to Pattaya tomorrow. I understand that. Here's the Prampong BTS station. Yeah, it's not that busy. Normally it can be 10 times as busy. The M Quartier Mall on this side, the Emporium on the other, and they have these rain guards. They'll pull that out and get you straight into the mall without wetting your shoes. And over here is the new Skywalk. Just a 3-minute walk down the way, and the new M-Sphere Mall is on the left. Not sure what this is. They have all kinds of little pop-up stores. I guess it's a BKK tourism things. And here's one of the escalators. Most of these BTS stations will have at least one escalator going up and down, and they'll have an elevator on either side. People have asked me that in the comments several times, just with mobility issues. They're worried about those large sets of stairs. You might have to do a little searching around, but here's the escalators. And then right over there is a set of stairs, so don't take those stairs. Walk over here to the escalator. And I don't know where the elevator is. Yeah, I do. You can't see it. It's right on the other side of those colored columns is the elevator. I don't use them. They're always packed, and I just kind of back out of the way and let people with a stroller or a knee issue I don't know about, I just stay out of the way. But I'll leave that up to you. You're certainly welcome to use the elevator, but they're going to be busy. In fact, 99% of the time I take the stairs, just kind of my urban workout. I do my best to get my laps in and a little bit of gym time, but I don't see much point in walking on a treadmill at the gym when walking around the city. I could just take the steps instead of the escalator, and that's 100 trips up and down those steps in a week. I'm out walking around a lot. We're coming up on Soi 35. I'm going to show you this older building. I think I've shown it in a couple other videos. It's right on the side of the M Quartier Mall, and very close. A 2-minute walk to the stairs at Prampong. I had an apartment up in On Nut, and I just wanted to get closer. So as I was doing my homework, I'd always eyeballed this apartment, and I thought, I'm trying to cross the street here, and I thought to myself, well, it's older, it's going to be cheap. And I think a 1-bedroom was 48,000 baht, which is surprising to me because it just looks like an old school building, but it's location. Right on the side of the Emporium, that is a grocery store on the bottom level. Everything you need on the other floors, including a movie theater up on the top deck. So older building or not, they are charging top dollar. And just like all the other taxi stands, these guys are a little bit more flexible because I've rode them. They'll race you up 35 and then cut you over to Soi 39. Only because 35 dead ends just up the way, like, a very short distance. But there's a shortcut heading down the way. You take a quick right and you pop out on 39. So it would not be unusual to ask these guys to take you to your condo on 39. So here it is right here, this GS mansion. And like I say, they don't even have balconies. So I figured, hey, stay in the most affordable place in one of the best areas of town, and maybe it'll be 15,000 baht. Well, I got a bit of a sticker shock when I walked in and asked them. It might have been a 2-bedroom, but even so, close to 50,000 baht, even for a 2-bedroom. No, I'm fine where I'm at. Here's the market, the gourmet market. There is a gourmet on the other side at the Emporium on my side of the street, but it's up on the 4th floor. I wish my market was down on the bottom floor. They have a really good salad bar. It's not super cheap, but it's not crazy money. And for $5-6, you make yourself 2 gigantic salads with all the things that are surprisingly expensive, like red and yellow bell peppers. If you just buy an individual pepper, it might be, I don't know, 80 baht. I'm just noticing this World War II runway. The only reason I know of that is down at the US border. Half the fence in between San Diego and Tijuana was made out of this. I'm assuming it's World War II surplus, just that old school metal, and it's still hanging in tight here. I'm not sure what this building is. There's all kinds of little compounds around town. Sometimes they're schools, but yeah, I don't know what that is. I've walked by here 100 times and I never paid attention to the B-52 runway here, or B-25, whichever. And I'm coming up here. I made a little video on taking a shortcut from the Soi 33-1 area over here to 35, and then more importantly down the way to Soi 39. Just be careful coming around this corner. But here it is. It's the Japanese grocery store, Fuji Market. It's their little private entrance, I guess, but they do pull the door down at 10 p.m. But before 10, the public's welcome to go through there, and motorbikes. I've jumped on a bike at O'Shea's or Royal Oak Pub and asked to go in this direction, and they use this shortcut. Any time you can avoid going up Sukhumvit, the better. And here's the Hakata coffee. And I walked right by and I didn't show this. This is the El Mercado Calle 35. It's a restaurant, bistro, deli, seafood, bakery, it says. I've pointed this out several times. The original is up on, I think it's the original, the Soi 16 area, and it's really good. You're gonna pay for some quality ingredients, but it's delicious. I know they opened another El Mercado in the new M-Sphere Mall, and I had a meal in there, but I need to try this Calle 35. But for now, I'm gonna take the little shortcut and head over to O'Shea's, maybe grab a beer and plan my next move. See, that's another reason this area is super popular. There's just grocery stores everywhere. You have that gourmet market, and right here's the Fuji. And not even a 2-minute walk from here is a 24-hour Via market right on the corner of Sukhumvit, and I guess it's still 33/1. It's kind of a horseshoe street. And right next to the 24-hour Via, you can get 24-hour tacos. Sunrise. I've never had this, I guess it's a Japanese delicacy. Well, no, ham and cheese, red bean sandwich. I thought they had, yeah, they do. They have a soft serve ice cream, salted milk with black sesame. It's definitely a Japanese grocery store, but you'll find all the normal products in there, along with maybe a deli department, some sushi rolls. Nothing wrong with that. Now we popped out on Soi 33.5, and the BTS tracks are just straight ahead in Sukhumvit. And on the left here is all my favorite pubs: Royal Oak, O'Shea's, Robin Hood. The Laughing Tiger is feet away. And there's the Royal Oak with the Custard Nakamura Japanese bakery right next door. Again, I know I show this area a lot, but this is my neighborhood. This is where I'm out walking day after day, and somehow I've been making daily videos for a year and a half now, or whatever, since April of 20, what year are we in? 23. I've been putting them out every day, so some of them are just going to be walking around the area. It's just too hot on some of these days to get out and explore a Soi, and oftentimes I get out and explore 3 Sois at a time for 3 or 4 hours. That's almost impossible when it's 105 degrees over here. And that's O'Shea's off on the left. Laughing Tiger's on the right. And the Robin Hood is just down the way where you see that bus, that's Sukhumvit. So thank you so much for following along this little walk around the Prom Pong area today. There'll be more videos to come. We'll see you later.